Chad and Tyrone don't want you anymore because of me. Yes, this MGTOW movement is here to stay. I've been enlightening men for years on the dangers of dating you, and I will keep doing that. Chad and Tyrone have seen my videos and said hell no to dating you. Men are fed up with the useless and unnecessary drama, not to mention the endless mind games. And all for what? A used pussy that is eventually going to fight with you and cheat on you.
My boyfriend of 2 years moved out 10 days ago, and I'm just really feeling really sad today. I miss him so much. And I know it's the right decision, but it's so hard. I'm so sad. And I wish I could be mad at him. It would make it so much easier, but I can't. There's no anger. There's only love. And it's excruciating. And I know I have valid reasons. And I know it's the best thing in the end. But it's so hard. It's so hard. I miss him so much. If you're going through the same thing, I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're going through this. And you're really strong. It takes a really strong person to do this. And to not change their mind and say, you know what, forget it. Forget everything I said. Just come back. I don't want to be alone. And I'm scared to be alone. But I made a commitment to myself when I left my husband that I was never going to ignore my intuition. I was never going to ignore that little voice that said, Claire, something's not right. And I guess I love myself more than I love him. And I know that's a victory. I know that that's a good thing. That I love myself enough to not settle for less than I deserve, less than I want. But it's so hard. It's just so hard. For the last little while, I have been feeling like I don't know what I want to do with my life. I thought I wanted to be a life coach, but now I'm not sure. And what I really want to do is help women leave relationships who feel stuck. People. Include men in there. I want to help anyone who is in a relationship that no longer works for them, is toxic or abusive. I want to help them find a way out. But I have no idea how to do that. And it seems massive. It seems inconquerable. It seems beyond me. And if I'm 100% honest, I don't want it to negatively impact my ex. Because he's not a bad person. He did some bad things. He did not treat me as I should have been treated, but he is not a bad person, and I do not want to hurt him. And by me saying that, I felt stuck in our relationship and wanted to leave for several years. it feels like that hurts him. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I'm holding back. I'm holding back on what I really want to do in life. Because I don't want to hurt him any more than I already have. I'm sorry. I want to tell him that I'm sorry I hurt him. And that our relationship got more and more toxic. But it was the hardest thing I've ever done, because I knew it was gonna break your heart. And I hope someday you see that I did this for both of us, because we couldn't stay living like that. We just couldn't. Not if we wanted to be fulfilled, happy people, individuals. And I wish the best for you. I really do. And I know we hurt each other, but I hope that someday there's no tension or animosity. And I hope that you'll forgive me. I had to get out. I had to get out if I wanted to be well. And if I wanted you to be well. Some people think that, when you're the one to leave a marriage, that it's easy and you're just instantly happy, and that's not true. It's not true. It's incredibly difficult. It's so hard. You're breaking that other person's heart, but you have to do it anyway. And it was soul crushing. But I've done a lot of tough things in my life. I've done a lot of hard things, and I'm resilient. And I'm starting to love myself, and I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm not going to people please anymore. I just can't. It's too hard. I'm not going to mask. I'm not going to pretend. I'm going to be my real self.
Only a stupid man would see the trouble associated with dating a modern woman and still say, yes, I'll still date and marry a modern woman, even though it's 75% certain that I'll lose my assets and my unborn kids. That's a stupid and illogical decision, if you ask me. In a day when women have huge numbers of sexual partners, foolish tattoos, and piercings that make them look like a piece of bait, women have ceased to be women. Let's add the incredibly bad attitude most women have. Seriously, when you spend time around modern women, you realize how loud, mean, sarcastic, and boring they are. Hypersexualization is the order of the day, with TikTok twerking videos, skimpy clothing, but not for attention, of course not. And the focus of their lives is how many likes can she get with her simp thirst trap videos. Adding to all of this is the wildly biased legal system that favors women no matter how badly they behave, and actually encourages bad behavior in marriage. You have to wonder why any man would risk his life with a modern woman. One fascinating and horrifying trend is the increased efforts by states to extract more resources from men and give them to women outside of marriage. In many Western countries, just being in a relationship, not married, not living together, no children, for more than 2 years, is enough for the state to consider you married and entitle her to all the rights of a divorced woman. So unreal. Not only are modern women awful in character, they are more dangerous than rattlesnakes. When you speak to a lot of men, they are more excited about a FIFA night, beers and FIFA, TV games and FIFA sometimes bring more men to the yard than women. Some mates of mine overtly see sex workers over getting girlfriends. I know a guy who was totally screwed by his ex-wife with a nasty divorce, and he is spearheading men's rights. He said he would be with a woman, but he will never again be married or give her access to anything other than what he controls. This other guy I know is with a woman, but the same thing. When we go for drinks, he's not giving her much of anything, keeping her at a distance, very distrustful. Today's society is killing male attraction and making something that should be fun and abundant, crap and scarce. It makes me sad. I fully understand why many men would give up on this, no matter how hard it is. It's just not worth the mental load. It follows exactly what mainstream psychology promotes. Letting go of those things in life that don't serve you well. Like what logical man in their right mind would get married? It's the dumbest thing you can do. She takes half of everything, regardless of setup. With a 60% divorce rate, a man's probabilities of being screwed over are high. Why risk it? Men are forced to be distrustful by law in order to protect themselves. With the amount of technology out there, men have other options to find joy and peace. I would have to say maybe 20, 30 years ago, men used to enjoy spending time with women. It used to go like this. Man meets woman. Woman would show romantic interest in man. Then man would ask a woman out to spend time with him in public. A relationship would grow. Marriage and children. Now it's man meets woman. Woman rejects man because she wants the best of the men and feels she's entitled to them. She will give her body to the best of the men, and those best men will then reject her. This rejection will cause her to scream, yell, fuss, and nag the remaining men who are still seeking her affection. She will be frustrated, and the man who wants to be with her will be frustrated and turn jaded as well. Many of these men have turned to various ways of entertaining themselves to avoid the pain and annoyance of being around today's current women. From my vantage point and experience, women's number one issue is the inability to find and secure their own man. Here is an example of what I mean. If 10 men and 10 women run a race or competition, and your place number determines your mate number, many of the women would reject the 9 men who didn't come in first place in the men's race. Many of the women in the women's race would desire the first place man. First place man would enjoy all the 10 women, but he would be the only man allowed to enjoy them. The men that finish second to 10th will deal with various forms of rejection and disrespect from the second to 10th place women, simply for not being the one first place guy in the men's race. This is modern dating in the United States and possibly Western culture. The modern woman was masculinized by radical criminal feminism. Men do not like masculinized women. Men like feminine women. The family was destroyed by radical feminism. The family laws are all in favor of women. There is no equality in family law. For this reason, men have been moving in millions and millions every single month to MGTOW. Marriages are over. Love is over. Long relationships are over. Kids are over. Wedding is over. Honeymoon is over. Diamond rings are over. Feminism is over. MGTOW is here to stay. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.